The original lunch bar sort of idea was built around Macatini, and he was this single guy who had sort of otherworldly powers, and then lunch bar has since shifted to the real kind of man on the streets who has a very amazing but very believable talent, and that's so the brief was just to carry on that kind of thinking.
Yeah, lunch bar, it's all about, there's much more to lunch bar than meets the eye. So in terms of the chocolate and the target market, so there's more to the target market than meets the eye, and then meets the eye. So he's an ordinary guy who has these extraordinary talents, and I think for this brief we had to kind of follow the mindset of the two previous ads, and we had to kind of like obviously do something that was different and a lot better, and we wanted to do an ad that was much more magical and much more storytelling. So
with I think a slightly more interesting talent than dancing or soccer, which is pretty commonplace in South Africa. So
we wanted to avoid those kind of talent cliches and give something that was much more original and much more interesting.
The script sort of came about by itself, but then it was never going to be an easy sell to the client, because to try and explain an ad like that is quite difficult. And we went in with a whole lot of reference clips of Michael Winslow, he's the police academy guy, and we used him to sell the ad, and then in a quite a roundabout fashion he ended up being in the ad, which was pretty cool.
So what happened, so obviously the idea came first, and when client came on board with the ad, we did like a local and an international scout, because the ad was basically thrived on the actor, the talent that made the ad, that was the commercial. So they did an international scout, and Michael Winslow's agent got hold of the script, and he was keen to be in that.
He got hold of us.
Yeah, so
and said,
pretty cool. He
wanted
to do it.
His wife got hold of it. His wife's his manager, and she got hold of it, and he read it, and he got hold of us and said, "There's no one else on earth that can do this apart from me." So then, you know, we bribed him, and he came to it. And down.
Yeah, it was cool that he believed in the TV ad, and I think you can see that.
Every single sound you hear in the ad is Michael live on set. We did a studio session before we went in, just to preempt anything, just for safety's sake, and we got all the sounds down. When we got on set, he pulled it off completely. Every single take was just effortless, and because Lunch Bar is all about the sort of real talents and plausible talented people, we couldn't use the artificial sound, so we went straight back to his live stuff, and it's sort of mixed a little bit, so there's some levels done, but every single gunshot, every tire screech is him on set live.
Even the pack shot at the end, when you see the kind of animation of the lunch bar coming together, all of that is him.
He did the pack shot.
He did everything. The previous ads, as I said, we had to follow the formula of the previous ads, and they had already kind of done away with that. So.
And Cadbury's really cool. They lost that sort of, that whole 80s 30 seconds pouring shot kind of vibe a long time ago. Greg Gray was amazing. I have a man crush on Greg Gray.
Yeah, he does.
He's incredible, and it's. I think he brought so much to the party. I mean, we had Michael bringing so much, being the actor, an experienced actor and a comedian, so he was great. And Greg, I mean, the pre-production was ridiculous. It went on for so long. There was so many details, and Greg is so picky about every little thing. And we've never worked with someone who's that dedicated to bringing that much to the party. And he, afterwards, we worked with Ricky Boyd, who's the editor. He was phenomenal as well. He said he's never edited something that's so difficult, and I think with everyone together, that little trifecta, that's what made it that it is.